Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this equation. So our equation here is 2 to the power of 3x minus 1 equals 3 to the power of x minus 2. And our goal here is to find the value of x. Well, what we're going to do first is we're going to take the log subscript 2 of 2 to the power of 3x minus 1. And we're doing this because remember, the log is the inverse of an exponent. So when we're taking the log with subscript 2 of 2 to the power of 3x minus 1, we're essentially canceling out our base here because these two cancel out. The log is the inverse. So if these two cancel out, then all we're left with is 3x minus 1. And we've just simplified our equation by a lot. However, what we do to one side of the equation, we have to do to the other side. Meaning, we're going to have to take the log with subscript 2 of 3 to the power of x minus 2 as well. Alright, so now what we're going to do this is we're going to use an important property of logarithms, and that is the power property. And that states that if we have a power here, we could go ahead and move this in front of the logarithm. So this would be x minus 2 times log subscript 2 of 3. And I'm going to put parentheses over here. So this is an important property of logarithms, and this still equals 3x minus 1. So now what we're going to do is we're going to distribute our log with subscript 2 of 3 to this x minus 2. So this is 3x minus 1 equals, well, x times log subscript 2 of 3 is simply x log subscript 2 of 3 minus 2 times log 2 3 is simply this. Alright, so now as you can see, we have our equation here. And now what we're going to do is we want to get all the x's, all the terms with x on one side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 on both sides to get rid of 1 on this side. And then I'm going to subtract x log on both sides so that this can be on this side and all the terms with x can be on the same side. Alright, so this gets us to 3x minus x log equals negative 2 log plus 1. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to factor out x over here. We're going to factor out x from this expression. So if we factor out x, well, 3x divided by x is simply 3 minus x log divided by x is simply just log subscript 2 of 3 and this equals, well, I could just say 1 minus 2 of log subscript 2 of 3. All right, so now let's bring this over here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to divide by 3 minus log subscript 2 of 3 so we can isolate x. So if we divide by this on both sides, If we divide by this on both sides, we get that x here equals 1 minus 2 log 3 over 3 minus log subscript 2, 3. And this is our exact answer to this logarithm. However, people usually want a roundabout. They want a not exact answer, but an answer close to it. And this is x is approximately equal to, well, for this, we want to use a calculator because we can't get the exact answer just on paper. We need to use a calculator. So if I use my calculator here, I get negative 2.946. And this is my approximated answer. So this is how you solve this exponential equation. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So right here, we have our equation 8 to the power of x equals 2 root 2. And our goal is to find the value of x. So if you guys already didn't know, whenever we're solving exponential equations, our main goal is to make our bases the same. This is usually the case for solving exponential equations. So right here, you can see that our bases are absolutely different. We have 8 as our base on this side, and we have 2 root 2 on our base on this side. And we want to try to find a way to make them the same. So let's first focus on this side of our equation. We have 2 times square root of 2. So why don't we simplify this a little bit? This can also be written as 2 times 2 to the power of 1/2. We're simply rewriting square root of 2 to 2 to the power of 1/2. And remember, this is true of any number. So let's say we have the number a. The square root of a would be a to the power of 1/2. So the square root of any number is simply that number to the power of 1/2. So knowing this, well, now that side is 2 times 2 to the power of 1/2. This side is still 8 to the power of x. Now 2 times 2 to the power of 1/2. How would we solve that? Well, let's say we have the variable a and b, right? And so let's say we have the variable a. And we have a to the power of x. And we're multiplying that with a to the power of y. Well, this is the same thing as a to the power of x plus y. So knowing that, 2 times 2 to the power of 1/2, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of, well, 2, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 1. So this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 1 plus 1/2. And this is equal to 8 to the power of x. Now, 1 plus 1/2, that's 3 over 2. So this is 2 to the power of 3 over 2. And this equals 8 to the power of x. And we actually can't simplify this side anymore. And our bases still aren't the same. So why don't we convert this 8 into a 2? Well, 8 is actually the same thing as 2 to the power of 3. So this is 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x equals 2 to the power of 3 over 2. Now, 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3 times x. And 2 to the power of 3 times x can also be written as 2 to the power of 3x. This equals 2 to the power of 3 over 2. Now, because our bases are both the same, we could just set our exponents equal to each other, because if our bases are the same, then so are our exponents. So we could write our equation here, 3x equals 3 over 2. We simply set our exponents equal. And now we can multiply by 2 on both sides. So by doing that, we get 6x equals 3. And now we have to isolate x, so we're going to divide by 6 on both sides. And we get x equals 3 over 6, which is equal to 1/2. So x equals 1/2, and that is our answer.